So I did say during the free Zoom meeting yesterday, I was going to give a detailed breakdown on a currency pair chart and then a synthetic indices pair chart. And we ended up going over the currency pair chart yesterday, which has been uploaded, which has been sent on the free Telegram channel. If you're not a part of the free Telegram channel, I would suggest you get on board right away. I'll leave the link somewhere in the description below this video. And then I quickly want to go over volatility 25 index charts, as this will be presenting some juicy opportunities within the next couple of hours. And as many that would love to take advantage of this would definitely be making the most of potential movements right here on volatility 25 index. Very quickly getting right into the breakdown, starting out with the daily time frame on volatility 25 index. Like I always do, the very first thing is to identify the market's direction. And already on the daily time frame, where is the market headed? You can clearly see the market in a bullish structure, where we have ourselves this being the swing high. So this is the most recent higher high, and we have this being the higher low. This is a swing low that led to this swing high. So very clearly, we have price printed as a swing high, and that is the highest point we have had price traded above since August this year. We have been trading below that point, and then we've had a significant break above that level, and then we had price giving us the retracement. So firstly, we have been able to establish that the market's direction is to the upside in a bullish market structure. Safe to say, I only want to be looking out for buying opportunities only. And then once I've been able to establish the market's direction, that leads me to where then is the best place to potentially look to buy. So the market's direction has been able to determine what trade opportunities I want to be looking out for on volatility 25 index. I only want to be looking for buying opportunities because I'm a pro-trend trader. I love to trade in line with the market's direction. So having established the direction to the upside, I only want to be buying. And then the next thing is, where is the best level to then look to get in on longs, on buys? For me, that would be identifying the best area of interest. Preferably, I love to identify key levels. I love to identify previously broken support zone or resistances. For sales, for buys, I love to identify previously broken resistances turned new support to buy from. And then the very first level that comes to mind right about here is the level here. Now you can get to see once I start identifying the key level for me, the criteria for a level being key is the fact that obviously the level ought to have been a level where price has tested in the past repeatedly, quite a number of times. And for every time price has tested the level, has had to see significant movements in the opposite direction. So you can see this level right about here, where circling up countless number of times. You can see how we have had to test this level. You can see we had a break. You can see we had tested the level. We had a huge buying pressure right about here. We had a buying pressure before eventually having a break of the level. Right about here, the level resistance. We have a resistance at the level, huge selling pressure from the level. Right about here, the resistance, a huge sell-off from the level. Right about here, a huge sell-off. And then here, a significant sell-off from the level. So bringing in my rectangle tool just to better accommodate the level. This for me becomes my identified area of interest because this is a key level owing to the fact that previously looking to the left of the chart for every of the times we have tested this level, we're about to see significant movements in the opposite direction. That is what qualifies the level being a key level. I want to see, looking to the left, that the level has been tested a minimum 30 number of times, and I've had to see significant movements in the opposite direction. You can see we've tested this level more than 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. A minimum 30 number of times, but right about here, you can see we've tested more than 30 times. So this qualifies this level for me as a key level, which I'm very much considering as a safe buying spot, a safe level where I would potentially look to buy from. And if I were to go a step further, this aligns perfectly well also with 2140 psychological round number. And then this from B, some couple of days was the level I then was waiting for price to come right into, for this retracement to come right into, where I was potentially looking to go in for longs, which we did come into some days ago. And then we had the first reaction off of the level, where you can see we had this nice rejection from the level and then a bullish momentum candlestick from the level. This was only a first reaction. And then as you can see, we are very much back to the level again. Guys, once I bring in the Fibonacci retracement from the previous swing lows right about here to the most recent swing high, what then would you notice? You can see the level aligns very perfectly well with the Fibonacci 50 reversal level. So we have a case of a strong confluence present at the level. And then, so we have a Fibonacci 50 reversal level in confluence with the fact that this is a daily key level, a valid area of interest for me, psychological round number 2140. And then we add the first reaction off of the level some days back, where you can see the nice rejection candlestick from as soon as we tapped right into the level, we had the nice rejection candlestick and then a momentum candlestick from the level. And right again, we are back to the level. This presents us a case of double bottoms. As you can see, we had the first test of the level, we had price bounced off from the level, and then we're back to the level again, giving us a perfect double bottom. And then what can you get to notice? For the past 30 days, we have been finding it very difficult to get past this level. You can see we've been having lots of rejections from the downside. We had this week rejection from the downside. We had yesterday, we had 3 days ago, the daily candlestick closed as a weak rejection. And yesterday also, we had also the daily candlestick closed as a nice weak rejection from the level. Now, this tells us for a fact that if price wanted to go past this level, it would have done that already. Once you get to start seeing rejections from an identified area of interest, from a key level, a very strong level, it tells you the potency of the level, that the level is likely to hold. And now we get to see not just one, we get to see 3 days of rejections from the level. Buyers rejecting sellers from taking price below this level. And this confirms my hunch that the level is a valid level for me. And now that is that from the daily time frame perspective. I'm very much considering buying AU, buying volatility 25 index. Sorry about that. With my first level targets, the previous at the previous daily highs. So this would be my first level target for buying opportunities on volatility 25 index. Previous swing highs right about here. And when once we have a break of these highs, I would consider the negative 276 feeble level. Now this takes me down to the 4-hourly time frame. So clearly we have the daily time frame in the bullish market structure. Going down to the 4-hourly time frame, what can we get to see? We can clearly see that the 4-hourly time frame structure is also clearly in a bullish environment. So we have at this level as the lower high level, and then we have had ourselves this being the lower low. And you can see very clearly we have had ourselves a close above this level. So we have this being the lower high that led us to this swing lows right about here. And then we've had to see the close above the level. We've had to see a break above the 50 exponential moving average from the 4-hourly time frame perspective. As you can see, I don't use trend lines very often, but if just for clarification, so go a step further to introduce the trend line. You can get to see how perfectly well price has broken out of this trend line. So we've had a perfect breakout of this trend line, where would most likely see price then start heading to levels like this. In the first level that made the trend line resistance, and then after this level, would likely see price tap into the next daily swing highs right about here. So from the 4-hourly time frame perspective, we have volatility 25 index in a bullish market structure, confirming and aligning the daily time frames and the 4-hourly time frames very perfectly well also. Now taking out this, I've been able to identify a 4-hourly time frame level for me. In this level right about here. So you can get to see how quite a number of times we've respected this level with several bounce-offs from the level, from the 4-hourly time frame perspective. Right about here, we had tested the level, rejected the level, rejected the exponential moving average, and then we had a sell-off from the level. And then we are currently seeing price trading above this level. We're currently seeing price trading above this level. Now, this is the 4-hourly time frame. I would love to see the current 4-hourly time frame candlestick close this bullish, just above this level. And when once that happens, I would then look to see price come right back into the level. So you can see quite a number of times when we're beneath the level, we've tested the level multiple number of times, and then we've respected the level. So once we have a clear break above this level, by clear break, I would love to see the current 4-hourly candlestick close right above these highs, and that will signify a clear break. And once that happens, I would potentially wait for price to come right back into the level, where I would then love to get back in for longs. So within the next 1 hour, this is a 4-hourly time frame. Within the next 1 hour, the current 4-hourly time frame candlestick will be closing. Like I said, I would love to see this close above this price level right about here, where this line, this trend line is located. That would signify a clear break above the level. And once that does happen, I would patiently wait for a retest of this level to then look to go in for longs with my anticipated take profit all the way to this point right about here. Now, this takes me down to the hourly time frame. So we have clearly the daily time frame in the bullish market structure. The daily time frame, guys, in the bullish market structure, the 4-hourly time frame in the bullish market structure. Then, guys, moving down to the hourly time frame, what can you get to notice? We can get to see clearly we had from the hourly time frame, we have ourselves this being the swing low, the lower low, and then we have the lower high that led to that low right about here. So very clearly, like I'd explained from the hourly time frame perspective, from the 4-hourly time frame perspective, I would love to see this current candlestick closing very bullish above this level, and then that would signify a very clear shift in the market structure from bearish to a bullish environment. From a bearish to a bullish environment. And then once this closes perfectly above this level, I would love to have that retest. Very similar with what I explained from the 4-hourly time frame perspective. And then at this retest is where I would be going on longs right about here. And what then would you notice? If this plays out rightly as expected, by the time we have the 4-hourly candlestick close above this level, and by the time we are retesting this 4-hourly time frame structured level, we we would have had to see the 50 exponential moving average caught up with. Would have had to see the 50 exponential moving average caught up with price. Somewhere at this very level. Also, you would notice we have ourselves around psychological number present at the level 2170, psychological round number. So we would be having a perfect case of a break and then a retest of a 1 hourly time frame key level area of interest. We'll be having a perfect retest of the 50 exponential moving average. So by the time we're retesting the level, the 50 exponential moving average would have caught up with price right about here. So we'll be having a perfect retest of the 50 exponential moving average, a perfect retest of 2170 psychological round number, a perfect retest of the 1 hourly time frame key level being the green rectangle area right about here. And then every one of these confluences, as soon as price presents us a rejection and then a bullish momentum engulfing candlestick close at the retest of this level, that would signify, or that would trigger my buy entries for longs on my anticipated overall take profit at the 2260 level, and then my stop loss is just below the lows right about here. The projected take profit targets for a 1-3 or a 1-4 on volatility 25 index. So this is where you want to pay attention to the price actions within the next couple of hours. I would love to see for every one of these to happen. I'd love to see the current 4-hourly candlestick close very bullish above this price level. And once that does happen, I would wait perfectly for the retest of this structured level, the green rectangle level. As soon as we have a retest of this level, I would scale down to the lower time frames, because very clearly every one of the time frames are now to the upside. We have the daily time frame to the upside, 4-hourly time frame to the upside, and then the 1-hourly time frame also to the upside, signifying that every of the time frames are now in sync. Add these 3 major time frames to the upside. It's a no-brainer. There's no reason why I wouldn't want to be looking to get in on longs at every slight retracement, potential higher low, rejection from 2170 psychological round number, rejection from the 50 exponential moving average at the retest, rejection from the structural level, and then at the bullish engulfing a momentum candlestick close, I would definitely get in on longs. That would be a perfect entry signal for buys on volatility 25 index. So yeah, that's it, guys. Do well to get on board and the free Telegram channel, as I would be giving hourly updates on this trade setup right about here.